welcome back. This is Tesla Ken for the HaloCybertruck.com website. Today we have an item supplied by our sponsor Teslovix, and it's one of the screen rotating brackets or tilt and swivel bracket, whatever you like to call it. This is version 2 for the Cybertruck. Those of you who might have looked at my earlier video know that I currently have a version 1 in my Cybertruck. So guess what? We're going to install it in Ben's Cybertruck today, the one that we put these lovely rails on the side of a couple weeks ago. And just a quick unboxing video here to show you what's in the box. Looks like we've got wrapped up nicely the little plastic trim piece, the rotating bracket itself that's in here. Again, this is version 2. Some of the tools and stuff that we will need for the install, and the bracket that looks like it goes on the back of the screen as well. So with that, I will pause this video and then we'll get in the truck and jump in and get started on this installation. Before we get started, there's one thing I noticed when I pulled out this bracket and looked at it, is that this bracket actually has a notch cut in it here, which, as I recall seeing some of the installation articles for prior V2 brackets, many owners were having to notch the bracket so that it didn't interfere with the cable going into the back of the screen. It didn't, kind of pinch it or make it go at too sharp of an angle. So I'm wondering if this bracket has indeed been updated in light of customer feedback for the prior bracket, and if we might actually call this one a V3. So, all right, we're going to get tape measure the height of the screen next to see our starting position so we can compare to where we end up, and then we will get started with the install. Okay, to get started, you take your plastic wedge tool and you just want to pull down this plastic panel that is below your screen. And you'll notice it's got the little temp sensor already on there. We will leave that hanging for now because what it does is it exposes, there we go, we can see now with the light on, the 2 bolts that we need to remove to disconnect the screen, and then you also see the cable that we're going to have to pull out as well. Okay, so the next step that we have here is that we're going to take the screws out between the temperature sensor and the plastic cover plate, just to get the cover plate out of the way and also allow us to kind of move the temperature sensor out of the way as well. So this there's a little tool that comes in the kit. It's one of those kind of star bits that's like a security star bit, has a little pin in the middle of it. So it just fits this. If you watched our Model Y install, it's the same sort of thing, same screws. So we're going to pull these out and then we'll come back. Okay, we're back. We have taken that plastic plate out of the way from the temperature sensor with a little tool that comes in the kit just to remove the 2 screws. And now there is another tool in the kit here that will help us remove the 2 mounting bolts that are in the factory bracket. Yeah, it's a little hard to get in there. I would actually suggest using, on this vehicle, if it's hard to get, use a ratchet with an extension. But this one does allow you to turn there at an angle. Yeah, just have to put a little elbow grease in it. So we're going to remove both of those screws, and then we will come back to talk about pulling the screen out, looking at the cable on the back, etc., and then move on to the next. Okay, we're back, and we've taken the 2 screws out, and we've actually, as you can see, kind of moved the screen up and out of the way a little bit so that you can see the cable that connects the screen. Here, let me get in here like this, that connects the screen, and it has a little orange clip. So you need to pull this orange clip out like that. You see how I pulled that out, which will then allow you to press in and pull on this bracket to pull it out. It's a little hard for me to do while holding the phone, so I am going to stop videoing just for a second so I can reach in here and pull this out. But like I said, you do have to pull this little orange clip back first so that you have the ability to unclip this from the board. Okay, now that I've unclipped this from the screen, I just wanted to show it up a little bit closer. There is a little tab, so once you pull that, the orange locking piece back, there's a little tab right there that you want to squeeze in. I squeezed it in with my fingernail and then pulled out, and this came right out. So now we have our screen. We're going to get this plastic piece off the back of the screen because it's replaced with one that comes with the kit, and that's what we're going to do next. Okay, now that we're back, I just want to show what I did. This piece just snaps in. There's little snaps on either side. It's this top snap that goes right in here that is the worst part. And for some people, I've really seen them struggle on the videos. There you can see the clip. What works well for me, and I've done this a few times now, is take a real tiny, thin, flat blade screwdriver and bring that down from the top, and then just simply press up that clip, and boom, it pops right out, and we're ready to install the piece that came with the kit. Okay, the next step is to get the clip that holds these two wires together apart. And as is usually the case, this clip breaks. Now, there's one included in the kit, a new one. I tried really hard with a small, thin, flat screwdriver just to slightly wedge in there and slightly pull out, and those still broke. So just to show you, there is a new one that comes with the kit. So again, that would, don't break the second one. So we'll get ready to now pull these apart. And then when we are ready, we will use the new one and latch these back together. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so once we get that clip apart, this is just basically USB-C. This little retaining plastic piece comes off. I'm just going to keep it the same direction. This is the extension wire that's included with the kit. So I will just take the extension wire, feed it right back in the same way that the other one was fed in. And then I will put this piece over the top here and get that. Oh, it only goes one way. I did have that right, didn't I? Yeah, I did. This one. It's just a tight fit. There we go. That's a tight fit. Now, this side is where you will want to put the new clip for the screen. But before I do, I always like to plug this in, make sure the screen works, lights up, acts the way that we need it to before I put this clip on, because I know once I put that new clip on, it's probably not going to want to come off. Go. Okay, so one of the things I did here is I went ahead and, without putting that clip in, as I said, I attached this to the back of the screen, and just to show the screen is working perfectly good. So we know that works. I can go ahead and pull this back out, put the clip into it, and then we'll get ready to start fastening things back together. Okay, now what I've done here is I've taken this trim piece and this bracket, and I have fit the trim piece over the top of the bracket. It's just a matter of like taking the angle and sliding it down here to get it to come through. The reason I did that is I found that if you put this bracket in and bolted it up, well, first off, the bolts have to go through this bracket, so you don't want to do that. But it's just much easier in this situation to take it like this and then push it in, get it lined up where you want, clear the lines underneath for the screen like so. And now put the bolts up through here into the bracket like so, and attach the bracket with the original bolts that you pulled out of the factory screen and bracket connection, and then use your tool here to tighten those up. And be careful not to over tighten. Reason being is you're now going through this plastic trim panel before the metal bracket, and if you tighten these excuse me, too tight, you will obviously create a problem and crack that bracket. So that's nice and snug. That's not going anywhere. Now you can see I'm already tilting my bracket as such, and we're ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so this is a new trim piece that came with the kit, replaces the factory trim piece, and much like the factory one, it just snaps down. So here we'll snap that into place, snap this into place here, and then it has, let me get that here. Here we go. I'm struggling today. Okay. Just want to make sure that the clips, looking at that, it looks like it goes straight over. Should not be a problem to simply push straight down. Is that down? There, now that's down, and that one is down. It just takes a little bit of finagling, and there we got the clip that goes into there. So now we've got that completely. Just, be careful working it down so you don't break anything. And you can see this is where our screen cable is going to plug into. And again, that coincides with the notch that's in the bracket here. And we don't want to forget to put that clip back on this cable now that we know that this cable works.
Do one.
Okay, just to show, we did put the clip back on here. It goes on the side with the little orange tab, and the little bit thicker, wider piece towards the back, towards the cable, the little bit narrower piece towards the screen. So now that clip is on, this is held together. Now it's just a matter of putting this back here into the screen itself. We'll get that plugged in. Let me reach over here and I will put that in. So now it's in. I will push that orange lock piece in. That orange lock piece is now in, and we are ready to put this up onto the bracket. There we go. It fits nicely in the bracket. That cable's not in the way of that. It's nice that they have that notch cut. Now, we did get new bolts with the kit, and we need to put those new bolts up here through the plastic piece and into the bracket. So we'll pause the video. We'll go get those bolts. Okay, so now to attach this, we use these kind of thicker Allen head bolts and the Allen head bracket. I've already put the one up in here, so I simply need to put the one in on this side. Put that up together. Put the tool in right here. Give me a second, like so, and then we'll simply tighten that up into the bracket. It doesn't take too many turns to get it up in there. Here we go. It feels pretty snug. Yep, and we'll come back and tighten this one up. Where we go? Here we are, right here. All right, so we've got both of those in. Our bracket is now here. Let's maybe come around. We'll pause the video. I want to come around and just film and show the notch in the bracket and how it works for this cable. Okay, we're back, and one of the things I wanted to show that is really nice about this bracket is you can see they did a wider cutout to fit this piece on the back of the board. So this piece is not pushed on. There's no pressure on this piece at all. And then, you know, the cord, and there's even a little notch for the cord, and then we just have our excess cord that we can tuck up inside of our plastic plate. So as compared to other brackets that did not have this notch, that was not thicker here, this is a much better solution. So again, I would call this a version 2.5 or version 3 bracket, because I've seen some version 2s that don't have that kind of cutout. So very pleased that Teslovix's offering has this, and for the first time, probably contemplating switching over to this on my Cybertruck as well. I am curious where we come in at measurement-wise. We'll check that here momentarily, but we still have this temperature sensor and plastic plate to put up, so we'll be back to do that. Go. Okay, so the last step that we have to follow here is we need to attach this temperature sensor that we pulled off of that other plastic piece to this new plastic piece, and you'll notice it's kind of angled cut, square. The kind of little tabs here are going to go in towards the bottom like this, and then it's going to flex up and snap into place. But I got to get these two screws in first using the tool that was provided. I will also say this can only go in one way. If you rotate it around the other way, the holes don't line up, so you really shouldn't be able to mess this up. But it's just a matter of getting these screws in, and I understand, you know, maybe laying down underneath like I'm doing might give you a little bit better angle to get on those screws and to work those around and ultimately get them screwed in. So we'll pause the video while I get these screws tightened down on this piece, and then we'll come back and get it snapped into place and do a few screen adjustments and give you some final thoughts. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. You've been videoing this whole time, dude. You never press stop.
Oh, I hit pause. Maybe I hit it. Sorry.
Yeah, or unpaused it. So okay, well. All right, welcome back. We have mounted the kit fully now. One of the things that we noted, and you'll see it in the photos, is there's about a 3/4 of an inch drop. So it's not 2 inches or even an inch like some of the prior screen swivel mounts were, but this one's about 3/4 of an inch, which is not much. So go ahead and move it back and forth for me, up and down. Just show folks like how much it can move. There's left, go all the way over here to the right. All right, how about up and down? We've got a good 40 degree. Yeah, you can almost play tennis on top of that thing, or ping pong or something. So, all right. So hey, that's working great. As you can see, nothing pinching underneath here. The wire work well, everything's hidden. We've got our temperature sensor in place, and that panel is all put back together. Nice plastic trim pieces, look very Cybertruck-ish and factory-like. Ben, any thoughts on this?
Love it.
Love it. Already a thumbs up. So he's a happy camper. And now, like I said, I got to consider installing one of these newer versions that has the cutout in the bracket in the Halo Cybertruck. So with that being said, I want to thank our sponsor Teslovix for providing this item. There will be a link and a discount code with this video where you can get one of these brackets yourself. Meanwhile, I would invite you to please subscribe to our article blog on our website and to our YouTube channel. This is Tesla Ken for the HaloCybertruck.com website. Stay tuned.